This video celebrates Bridgerton's Penelope Featherington as the true diamond of the ton, tracing her evolution from a quiet wallflower to the powerful voice behind Lady Whistledown. Across 3 seasons, Penelope transforms societal expectations into opportunity, using her wit and intelligence to claim authorship over her own life. The piece highlights 15 defining moments, from her shocking Season 1 reveal as Whistledown to her bold Season 3 confession before Queen Charlotte, that showcase her courage, ambition, and emotional growth. Through heartbreak, resilience, and self-discovery, Penelope redefines power and romance in Regency society, proving that her real triumph lies not in love or status, but in owning her voice. From secret columns to self-made success, these 15 Bridgerton moments prove Penelope Featherington was always the true diamond of the ton. Penelope Featherington's journey from overlooked wallflower to the ton's most commanding woman is honestly one of Bridgerton's best arcs. Even before she revealed herself as Lady Whistledown, she had already figured out how to wield influence, writing truths that could move high society. Across 3 seasons, she redefined ambition in a world that prized obedience, using her intelligence to make a space where women's voices could actually be heard. She's not just Bridgerton's narrator, she's its heart. Every choice she makes, every secret she keeps, changes the ton. Here are 15 moments that prove Nicola Coughlan as Penelope Featherington was always the real diamond of the ton. 1. Season 3, Episode 8, Into the Light. When Penelope finally told Queen Charlotte she was Lady Whistledown, the entire ballroom went silent. After seasons of secrets and self-doubt, this confession flipped the power completely. What could have ruined her instead became her defining triumph. Her calm explanation turned public shame into validation, earning the Queen's grudging respect and forcing the ton to see her as more than a gossip. It was the narrative turning point that transformed Penelope from spectator to authority, proving her wit carried more weight than any social rank. 2. Season 3, Episode 8, Into the Light. After years of hiding behind pseudonyms, Penelope finally put her real name on her work. The choice came after months of chaos, dealing with blackmail, marriage negotiations, and the pressures of her double life. In choosing honesty, she took the riskiest but most liberating path. Her signing of the column was not just a confession but a professional declaration. The ton that once mocked her now consumed her words. Her husband's name might offer protection, but her authorship defined her identity. By merging her public and private selves, she secured her legacy as the ton's first true woman of letters. 3. Season 3, Episode 8, Into the Light. The flash-forward that ends Season 3 brings Penelope's story full circle. All the years of doubt and longing finally settle into peace. She's writing again, this time without hiding, a mother, a wife, and a woman finally known for her own voice. This scene follows her long struggle to balance her creative ambition with her deep need for affection. This glimpse into her future isn't some fantasy ending, it's an illustration of earned peace. Once dismissed as a trivial Featherington, she becomes the respected matriarch. 4. Season 3, Episode 7, Joining of Hands. The tension before Penelope's wedding defines her evolution. Colin, worried about a scandal, urged her to abandon her writing career. She didn't crumble, instead, she stood firm, completely unwilling to surrender her independence for his comfort. Their confrontation clarified the growth of both characters. For Penelope, it's not rebellion, it's self-respect. For Colin, it's a reckoning with his privilege. The aftermath reshapes their relationship into one based on mutual equality. This moment punctures the illusion of Regency romance as a rescue tale. Instead, it presents love as negotiation, one where Penelope refuses to trade her intellect for acceptance. 5. Season 3, Episode 4, Old Friends. That long-awaited carriage scene between Colin and Penelope marked the first time she took what she wanted, without apology. The moment was built on raw emotion, sparked by Colin's desperate jealousy, which finally made him see her as more than a friend. The explosive kiss wasn't validation, it was liberation. For a woman who had been told to wait, to dream, and to shrink, it was the first time she finally took up space, leading directly to the breathless marriage proposal and concluding Part 1 with a bang. 6. Season 3, Episode 3, Forces of Nature. After a humiliating debut, Penelope retreats to the mirror, confronting the image of a woman the 10 refuses to see. The moment begins in embarrassment but ends with Colin's quiet affirmation, the spark that shifts something deep inside her. His words remind her that worth isn't tied to beauty. What follows is subtle but powerful. She stops chasing approval and starts building confidence. That reflection scene captures the show's emotional center, the moment a wallflower recognizes her power. 7. Season 3, Episode 7, Joining of Hands. Penelope's wedding day arrives under the cloud of exposure, yet she moves with assurance. The narrative leading up to it, revelations, confessions, and reconciliation, builds to a ceremony that rejects fantasy. She walks into marriage not as a rescued heroine but as an equal. The vows feel less like surrender and more like partnership. Even as whispers about Whistledown persist, her composure speaks volumes. The aftermath confirms her control, love, respect, and authorship can coexist. This was the first time the 10 was forced to acknowledge the brilliance and courage of the new Mrs. Bridgerton, a woman who had defined her legacy on her own terms. 8. Season 1, Episode 8, After the Rain. Season 1's finale turned Bridgerton on its head when the shy Featherington girl was revealed as the 10's sharpest critic. The whole build-up, cryptic letters, hidden printing presses, midnight carriages, framed the moment as a true shock, yet in hindsight, it felt completely inevitable. Penelope's dual identity reframed every prior scene, proving her fierce intelligence was her sole rebellion. The aftermath left her standing alone but incredibly powerful, a master manipulator of society's gaze. With a single twist, she went from observer to architect, rewriting not just gossip but her own destiny. 9. Season 2, Episode 8, The Viscount Who Loved Me. When Penelope overhears Colin mocking her love for him, it's a breaking point. The built-up, seasons of longing glances and unspoken hope, collapsed in a few cruel, casual sentences. Her heartbreak was quiet but absolutely transformative. She realized that waiting for validation from him was utterly futile. The aftermath hardened her resolve, pushing her toward independence and ambition. It's the emotional fracture that births the woman who will later command London's attention with her pen. From rejection comes renewal, marking the end of her naivete and the start of her ascendancy. 10. Season 2, Episode 8, The Viscount Who Loved Me. Eloise's discovery of Penelope's secret sparks one of Bridgerton's most explosive confrontations. Years of friendship shatter as honesty cuts through pretense. Penelope defends herself, reminding Eloise that her words once saved her from ruin. The clash is raw but inevitable, forcing Penelope to face a hard truth: power doesn't come without loss. Losing Eloise is devastating, but it marks her turning point. From that moment, she stops seeking permission and starts living entirely on her own terms. 11. Season 3, Episode 1, Out of the Shadows. Penelope's entrance in the emerald gown follows months of humiliation and invisibility. After 2 seasons encased in those muted Featherington yellows, her transformation was entirely deliberate. She walked into the ballroom radiating a hard-earned confidence that genuinely startled everyone. This sequence visually captured her psychological rebirth, a woman no longer content to fade into the wallpaper. The aftermath rippled through the 10, sparking new admiration and fierce jealousy. It's the first time Penelope controls the narrative with her presence, not just her pen. 12. Season 3, Episode 1, Out of the Shadows. Following her bold reintroduction, Penelope orchestrates her own comeback. The scenes leading up to it, awkward encounters, quiet defeats, make her decision to take charge all the more striking. Hiring a modiste and recruiting Colin as her social tutor marked a visible shift from a passive observer to an active strategist. She began crafting her destiny with precision. The aftermath was pure empowerment disguised as etiquette. She's no longer content to narrate others' romances, she's writing her own. 13. Season 1, Episode 7, Oceans Apart. When Marina's deceit threatened Colin, Penelope acted out of pure moral urgency. The lead-up was tense, her deep affection for Colin clashed with her powerful loyalty to the truth. By revealing Marina's pregnancy through Whistledown, Penelope prevents a scandal but pays the price in loneliness. The fallout isolates her, yet it also defines her, a blend of empathy and steel. It's the first glimpse of the moral grayness that shapes her writing and her resolve. Long before Colin noticed her, Penelope's love was already protective, selfless, and quietly fierce. 14. Season 3, Episode 8, Into the Light. Cressida Cooper's cruel blackmail attempt set the stage for one of Penelope's sharpest, most underrated moves. Knowing exposure could destroy her, she used her own earnings to buy freedom. The lead-up was tense, sleepless nights, mounting pressure, and the fear of losing control over her identity. Instead of yielding, Penelope handled the crisis alone, proving that her intellect and resourcefulness surpassed her rivals. The aftermath re-established her dominance in the tense social game. Her action wasn't only defensive, it was a statement that her empire was built on wit, not luck. 15. Season 1, Episode 4, An Affair of Honor. Watching Colin prepare for a duel in Marina's defense marks Penelope's first taste of heartbreak. The scene was built on unspoken love and quiet observation. She watched, feeling powerless but remaining composed. That restraint became her personal trademark. The aftermath lingers, she learns that vulnerability can coexist with strength. This early moment foreshadows her emotional resilience and her ability to channel pain into creation. It's the silent prelude to the pen that would later rule the ton. The scene is a powerful visual of the depth of her devotion, showing she would risk everything for him, even if he never knew the true extent of her feelings. Penelope Featherington's evolution isn't about titles or gowns, it's about agency. Her journey from whispering in shadows to commanding her narrative shows that brilliance doesn't need permission. Bridgerton gave her romance, but what she truly claimed was authorship over her life. Are you Team Penelope? Tell us your favorite Bridgerton moment in the comments. All 3 seasons of Bridgerton are now streaming on Netflix.